welcome to another episode of A Drink and a Game. I'm your host, Dre, aka BK Brawler 537. You can catch me on Xbox Live, PlayStation with that name. But if you do add me as a friend, let me know you're a fan of the show or I will not accept you. Send that, all right, because there's a lot of fake people out there. Also, joining me as usual, FredyG. You know,
aka the Mary Gamer, aka Mad King Solar, which is my gamer tags for almost everything. So if you want to play some Warzone, which I'm pretty good at, you want to get a W, let me know at Mad King Solar.
yes. See, we gotta get it. We gotta roll on Warzone, man. Now it's funny. I tried playing zombies the other night on Call of Duty and was way too drunk. Came home and did it after drinking at the bar and my fucking like I don't remember anything. I don't
I
remember.
feel like that's a good drunk game though. Was
Yeah,
it working for you?
I don't know, man. I couldn't stay up, man. I was like, what's going on? Like I'm pretty sure I got kicked from the game.
All right, so if you had one drunk game, what would it be?
Drunk games to play. God, what games do I usually play on? It has to be like something that's like the easiest game for me to play when I'm drunk. I notice I always stay up because it's so fucking easy. Is like Dynasty Warriors games
Yeah.
because all I gotta do is fucking slash hack and slash. And sometimes I could play Call of Duty regular multiplayer drunk, but at that point I was a little too far off that my fucking my soon as the cutscene came on for zombies and I couldn't skip it, I just fell asleep during the cutscene because I don't remember picking up a gun. I don't remember doing any of that. All I remember is waking up to me back at the main menu. And I'm like, was I playing zombies? And I think I played through the final level of Call of Duty. So, first let's take our little shot before we get it. So I see myself already going there.
All
Oh,
right, so
yeah.
I'm drinking a big sip of beer in my beer cup.
And I got some I think red breast whiskey.
Nice. You always have the nice shit, man.
Ooh, gotta come over and see my bar, man. It's pretty nice, man.
Nice.
But yes, so guys, before we get into what we're gonna be talking about today, because those some people want to know before they sit down and listen to our whole shit and see if Dre goes into a rant or not. But we're getting into what we've been playing, which for me is Call of Duty, Fuser, which I keep forgetting to talk about every week, and some Yakuza. We'll see what Freddie has to. What were you playing? What are you going to talk about? Anything?
Just by usual, I've been playing a lot of Smite because the teenage Smite 2K. Haven't spent no money on 2K, so that's a big deal.
Okay, I've been talking about.
Assassin's Creed. I'm just like head into that. I've been playing a little bit of everything. Kind of just like trying to get games out before that
Yes,
big game
yes,
comes out next month.
we all know Cyberpunk. I'm trying to finish all my open world games before Cyberpunk comes. But other than that, after we're done talking about what we're playing, people, we're gonna go into the VGA nominees. Those know the Jeff Keighley's Video Game Awards show, the big thing. Yes, Gamers will have our own award show as we always preach. But it's just not coming until all the games that come out this year come out, and then we can have our damn award show because we're not like other people who can't just wait till January or something and fucking give games like Cyberpunk and Warriors a chance, So, but we'll get into all of that. Also, before we start, we announced on the Gamerish podcast last week that we have a giveaway. We are giving away a Nintendo, yes, Super Mario, excuse me, Game and Watch, guys. Super Mario Game and Watch, and the rules are simple. We're gonna make a thread on our Discord, which is Gamers Network Discord, and our Facebook page, or even comment under our Gamerish Network video on this. We're just looking for people to like and subscribe our YouTube page right now. We just mean we're getting a lot of you watching, but no one's subscribing. So hey, why not give you guys a reason to subscribe, or one other reason to subscribe other than how cool we are, And so all you have to do is take a picture of you subscribe and drop it in the comments there. Drop it on our Facebook page if you're part of our Facebook. Drop it on our Discord if you're part of Discord. In about a week or two, we're gonna do a live raffle on the Gamerish podcast, and whoever gets it will get hit up by me and I will deliver your Game and Watch clock and game over to you wherever you are. Hopefully you're not living in Europe.
Just real quick because I did buy my own because I can't win the contrast because I'm already subscribed. This fucking thing is pretty dope, guys. This one thing I'm like honestly surprised about is the screen. It's small, but man, it's so crispy. Um, and it comes with Mario 1 and Mario 2.
I didn't
It's
even know it
def
gave him one two in
yeah, if you can see it, it says it's Super Mario Bros. It's Super Mario's 2, and then Bar, which is the one with the guy who's like the bar drops and you got like
it.
scoop it
Yeah.
on one side. The best thing I actually enjoy most about it is the fucking clock. Like I wish I could hang this up somewhere, maybe behind me.
Also, the game is playing as the clock is on,
Yeah,
or this has Mario in the
it
back.
has Mario, but like it's actually like not. It's like him actually trying to survive the level. So he's hitting blocks. It's actually
Oh, nice.
pretty cool, and
I want it so bad.
I'm actually surprised how much I like it. And honestly, I just checked the prices on this. It's originally $49. Right now, they're selling for $80 on Amazon because that's how hard it is to find it. It's sold out most places. So the fact that we're giving this away for a contest, it's a pretty cool thing.
I'm pretty sure in the future this shit is gonna be worth some money if you keep this shit closed. Even open, somebody's probably gonna be worth ready to pay a pretty penny for it. I probably should have bought two. But, you know,
Yeah, I think you should have kept one for yourself.
yeah, so but it's all right, cause I always get collector's editions and stuff, and I barely ever open them and do anything with them. Like my Ghost of Tsushima Ultimate Collection, my Last of Us collection, just sitting in my basement. I will be raffling those off also soon, guys, as a Game of the Year celebration raffles. I'm gonna raffle off my shit that I don't use or open. So look out for that too. But this is the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning because not the first time we've done this. But if you guys continue to watch us and follow us and subscribe to us, you'll get even more chances to enter more raffles and win more stuff. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. Okay.
Yeah, who doesn't like free stuff? Come on.
Exactly. So all you gotta do is take a picture that you subscribe to our podcast, to our game YouTube Gamerist Network page. Drop it in the comments on Facebook, underneath our announcements area and all that. I will make a post for people to do it, and you guys drop your pictures, and I will be taking names. All right. So that's all there is to that. So, want to get into what we've been playing. So, right now you were talking on Warzone, but we all know Warzone stuff. But I'll go into Call of Duty. Yes, I just told you guys I fell asleep during zombies, but I did finish the campaign in which there's more than one ending. And this honestly is the first time ever I think I was disappointed in my Call of Duty campaign ending. Like, um,
Wow.
I liked the whole thing up until maybe it's the ending I got. I think it probably could have been. This is actually one of the shortest campaigns ever, too. This thing only has about one, two. If you could unlock these two secret things, then it adds two more levels to you. I couldn't do one of them. It's like these flashback missions that you do with Mason, who you guys know from other Black Ops games and stuff. But I was only able. They really want you to decrypt these things yourself. I try to cheat and go online, but everybody's game is different. Everyone gets different codes to decrypt and stuff like that. So like no one, all IGN and all those places are able to do is tell you how to try and decrypt your code, but your code isn't going to be the same as their code. So they were slick with that shit, making sure no one could cheat their way or easily cheat their way into getting. Oh my goodness, fucking phone. But yeah,
So this code thing, what are you talking about? Like an end game kind of thing?
nah, it's while you're playing, just like the way you pick missions, you're in this group and you go to a board, and the reason they call it Cold War Black Ops, so you see like in the cover of the game is the people in the Cold War, then modern day you're playing your guy in the past. So you have to go back in the past to get clues to what you have to do in the future. So you go on this board and you could choose a mission to do in the future, or you could choose one of your memories and try and look for intel which unlock other missions or give you more clues to unlock other missions in it. So I was able to unlock all the missions. I just wasn't able to do them all. Cause even if you get the clues to unlock them, it'll be there. But you have to put your clues together in order to unlock that memory, so you could do the mission. So I was only, but there was only like two of them that you get to play as Mason. You're not playing as your character because this game you get to create your character, you get to make your background, and your background also has a thing to play in the story. It determines if you're able to decrypt things. It determines on who knew you in the past. Like I was M16, so there's a girl on the team who was M16, and she's like, "Oh yeah, me and you we were together in the academy and blah blah blah." And so there's like conversations like that. The ending is like I have to say like it could have been better, man. I was okay with it, but kind of disappointed. Then it came to this predictable part of the ending. It kind of makes me wish I went the other way. And I don't want to ruin. I'm not gonna throw spoilers out there, but there's like at the end of every level, there's like a big decision you have to make, and sometimes you want to kill people, but you realize if you would have left them alive, you would have made your life so much easier. So you got to try not to play with your emotions so much. I realized that after like a mission or two into the damn game, or at least the ending I saw, I realized that. And then a big decision is made on the final second to last mission in the game. And it's just like, oh man, now they if I knew it was gonna end like this, I would have probably made the other decision. And then the way the final mission plays out gets a little repetitive and annoying. And it was crazy because I first did it while I was drunk. And so I didn't know what was going on. And if you played the final mission of this game and you know what happens, you're laughing at me right now because I'm like, yo, this is like a crazy case of deja vu. Did I do this last night? Because what I did is I started it, I got drunk, fell asleep, put the PS4, PS5 in rest mode, said I'll continue it in the morning. So then I went to it, and I'm like, why am I doing? I feel like my head. I'm like, yo, I did this already. I did this already. And then you realize that it's actually part of the game fucking with
Wow.
your head,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh my God, I restarted twice because I'm like, I did this. Why am I still on this level? So it's a crazy ending. It gets a little annoying at certain points where you realize what they're doing to you. But then my ending, I was kind of disappointed on. I thought I was gonna have like this grand ending, but it didn't kind of end like that. And it does end with a cliffhanger, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But this campaign,
We're correct. The decisions, is it like kind of like Mass Effect decisions where like asshole, be a nice guy, be neutral? Like what kind of decisions are
yeah,
you making?
just like that. Three choices,
Okay.
and basically good guy, middle guy, or a complete ass, or be a fucking murderer and just like fuck it, you dying, like fuck all this intel. I'll say like early in the game, some regular drug lord you find, it comes a point where you save him and use him for intel in the future, or you try and throw him over a thing, hold on to his legs and get information from him there and then, or you react to what he did to you and you kill him. And my first thing was, I'm killing you for what you did to me. And so I killed him. Next thing you know, two levels later, they're like, man, if we would have left this dude alive, we could have had this and
All
that.
right. Did the guy deserve to die though?
I felt he deserved to die
Okay.
at that
So
point in time. So I was like, fuck it, I'm killing him.
yeah. That's the thing about those type of games is like they make you whatever decision you make, you know there's gonna be a consequence. If you're
Yeah.
the good guy, bad guy, so like you just gotta live with it.
Yeah, so yeah, I could always play it over again. It's just that the final level, like I'm so disappointed. Well, the second to last level, I'm so disappointed at how they played that out. That I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that level. That one level ruined things for me. It was that one level, and then my ending made me feel like I should do the whole shit over again and make some other decision. So a lot of people might feel like that. And I've been seeing the reviews on the campaign. People have been complaining that it's too short and all that stuff. And I was mad, but hey, now I can finally focus on the multiplayer, which actually in the regular multiplayer, I've been pretty good at it. Now that
Nice.
I'm like, it's for some reason, I don't know why. I usually suck ass in Call of Duty. I'm usually better in Battlefield because I'm all about coordination and actually talking to my team. Not in Call of Duty, I mute everybody. No one's gonna
Yeah.
talk to me. No one's gonna try and tell me what to do. All of you are muted. And but this time I've just been it's good. I don't know. It's something about PS5 with all these games that I used to be.
Yeah. That being said, this is you're playing on the PS5, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So upgraded graphics, upgraded load times, which I know that's a.
Yeah,
I feel like this generation is gonna be known for that. I
yeah,
feel like
that's
last
all I
generation is
care
like
about.
graphics. I
Mhm.
mean, considering that we both had the Pro and the X,
Yeah,
but this generation, all I'm hearing is how good the load times is.
yeah.
And
That's what I mainly care about is the fucking load time.
isn't that crazy though? Like we went like high, like not even high school, like beginning like of gaming, it's graphics, 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 and now we're like load times, load times, load times, and frames per second. It's just funny how like we went kind of like past graphics, and we're kind of like hitting the point where like
There's gonna get a point where you can't really go any further with these graphics unless we're gonna be able to play with real people and control what they do.
yeah, I think the next step is probably like full on VR.
That's
I think
full
the
on
next step is
VR.
like VR and actually working the way we play games now. Because honestly, we're hitting that spot with graphics where like it's pretty fucking good, and like that would worry about like ray tracing and all that
That's
garbage.
how good graphics have gotten that people make ray tracing this big fucking thing. Like, if no one told us ray tracing was in the game, we were just like, man, the graphics are great. You wouldn't
It's,
know there's
it's
anything.
funny because like I have it on my computer, and I put it on and I'm like tricking myself to believing
Yeah,
it's
I'm
some
like,
crazy
oh man,
thing. It
look
is
at that
it's
shadow
really
right
not.
there. Like this makes this great improvement over the gameplay.
It's like no,
This game
I'm
is
like convincing
shit,
myself
but
it is.
hey, I can see my shadow better in the light. So, great game. Like I don't get people sometimes. Like, are you playing the game for how well the game plays? Or are you playing this game because there's race tracing in it? Used to be how me and you used to argue in high school about you saying, I don't want to play that because the graphics are whack. And it's like,
Yeah,
are you playing the fucking game but because of the graphics? Or are you playing the game because it's a fucking good game?
it's just even
So
thinking about back then though, like before 4K was a thing. Like and we are complaining about graphics, and like now we have 4K, potentially 8K coming up, and I'm just curious how much better can games look, and I'm probably like looking dumb right now in 20 years of like how different it looks. But like I can't imagine games looking too much better than it does now. Like yeah, the shadowing, the lighting can look better, the load times. I think now the next gen is performance. How fast can we get frames per second? How fast is the loading times? Can we have seamless gameplay? I think that's the next chapter of gaming. Something that PC's been having for a long
I
time.
think that's the thing is because we have well those of us who have the privilege of being able to play on everything. It's like we can't be that surprised by this stuff anymore because we've been there, seen this. Now people that have to wait from generation to generation don't have that luxury of just like as soon as this new shit comes out, boom, I could buy it. Then I understand with them like, wow, look at this. But like if like us, we have the consoles, we have the PCs, we're just like, okay, whatever. Like now I just want to play a good game. Even though I've never been the one for graphics, I'll play the shittiest looking game as long as that
Yeah,
shit is fun. I never I'll bring up graphics, but I never said like you guys have to play this because it's a graphical masterpiece. I've always been like the gameplay in this game is the shit. You need to try this out. Co-op is great. This is great, and I'm ready to break down the damn game.
yeah.
It's good being around.
I've actually turned around. I'm not too big on graphics anymore. I think if gameplay is there, and that's the thing about a lot of indie games, they're like masterclass gameplay, but the graphics are just not there because they're an indie studio.
Like look at shit like Stardew Valley, like
Yeah,
fucking Hades. Even though Hades still looks beautiful,
beautiful.
but
Yeah,
back in the day, we could have had a game that looked like Hades back in 2007 in high school and shit. That those graphics were possible back then, But we ain't complaining now because we just take Hades for this fucking masterpiece of a game that it's become. which I'm about to just put in God mode so I can finish one run through that damn game.
I, you know what? The next couple of streams, I'm gonna stream Hades. I don't know why I haven't. I need to beat that game,
Yeah,
especially the game of the year conversation. We gotta finish that.
yep. So we'll get into that. Another game we both been playing on Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now, like I've just like last night decided to like after I beat Call of Duty, I'm like, you know what? Let me get on my Xbox Series X. Let me take advantage of it. I was playing some Destiny, which we need to get on because this is one fucking boss I can't beat right now in the main story.
Yo, I still don't understand how you and Mike are like so like that. You, everybody. I don't see the hook on Destiny. I don't
It's
see it,
about
and I'm
that
trying to
game.
understand it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people keep going back to Destiny. It just seems like a game that's all about. I don't get it.
And
I just don't get it.
you
So can you
gotta
help me understand?
I think you gotta play different because remember when you play with Mike, Mike has his play style. I have my play style. Mike is all about that grind. And I know he's gonna hit us up in the comments again, like, yes, Destiny is a grind. And it is a grind, but I grind differently than Mike. Mike likes to like he goes into lost sectors and he knows that those things are just gonna keep replenishing. He gets the bounties for that planet that you're on. Then you guys grind through doing those bounties and the lost sector. Me, I go and I don't mind doing the player PvP. I don't mind just going through the thing. Now they took it off. They have to do like 4 a week and all that stuff. Now all you do is just grab your bounties and thank God with this new update they fixed it because now we don't have to keep going back to the planet. You can pick up every single bounty from every single person. You don't have to keep going back to fucking EDZ and picking up your bounty, and that made me love. Like yesterday, I grinded through doing Crucible on my Crucible bounties for the week, and I did all my damn the
So okay, all
gungeon.
right. I'm just trying to understand. So do you enjoy the actual gameplay of Destiny, like the shooting, the jumping, the abilities? Like, is that the thing that hooks you, or is it the
It's the
raising your
guns,
number?
the way the guns feel, like the way like everything you get, like something that I keep saying is missing in Marvel Avengers is when you get a new piece of gear, you don't see it. Like that shit is annoying. I want to see my new piece of fucking gear on my body, not have
Yeah.
to use microtransactions to get all the best looking outfits, which they did get me for at least $60, $70 on microtransactions just so I could look cooler than everybody else that I was playing with. Because I realized nobody else was buying these outfits. I see like the only motherfucker buying these fucking outfits.
The
But
only one I want to get is the Hawk one with the helmet and the okay, what's the but yeah, beside the point.
yeah,
Uh,
but it's just like I like seeing my progression. Destiny is one of those games like Elder Scrolls. I keep going back. I still have my monthly subscription for Elder Scrolls, even though it's free, because I like having stuff every month, getting my crowns for my new house, getting my new armor, being able to buy that special armor and putting it on, and affording a mansion and all this other stuff. And you just see your progression. That's what it's about with these games. Avengers has this thing where you can't see your progression other than your power level. In Destiny, you see your power level, but you also get all these cool guns. You can customize every bit of you. Like and the stories are good. Like I follow up on that fucking story. Like I play Final Fantasy 14, but I can't really tell you anything that's happening in the fucking story. I play the story, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just keep playing the story and trying to make it through up to Shadowkeep. I'm not even up to Shadowkeep. I'm only in the first set of DLCs for Final Fantasy 14, and I'm still paying a monthly fee, and I haven't played the game for 4 months already. I'm still paying a monthly fee for fucking Final Fantasy. I gotta just take that shit off. But Elder Scrolls, it's like my weekend game. Yeah, that's another one of my drunk games. I play Elder Scrolls when I'm just feeling nice, and I'm like, let me just throw something on as Elder Scrolls and Blessed Unleashed. Another one, like I know it doesn't get a lot of praise, but and I hated that MMO when it came out on Xbox for some reason. Once it came out on PlayStation, and I gave it another chance. I'm in love with playing Blessed Unleashed online. So you can download that. It's free on PS4. So that's a good one. But Destiny just has this thing to it, man. It's just something about it, man. I can't stop playing it. Like no matter how long it's been since I went on it, I'm gonna come back as soon as the new DLC comes out.
When did Destiny 2 actually come out? Do you remember what year it was?
Mm,
Like I felt like it was like like a couple of years ago, right?
no, more than that. Let me see. Destiny 2 came out in oh, where's the year? Try and look it up.
2017.
Yes, 27. So 3 years ago, Destiny
Okay,
2.
not too bad. Are you? How do you feel about these like live streaming, like not like just live games, where like they just updated throughout the years? Are you for it? Like Anthem,
Yeah,
Marvel's
man,
Avengers,
I like it.
Destiny.
It's the only downfall of playing all of them is that you don't feel you have the time to participate in all the fucking events. You got the events in Elder Scrolls, I got the events in Final Fantasy, you got the Anthem events, you got the fucking Destiny events, like every game or Fortnite events. Every game has these events now, and it's just like where am I gonna find time to do all these damn events? So what I try to do is I just do the events that in the games that I know I'm gonna play more. So like for Halloween, did my Destiny stuff.
That's why I feel like it's these game types make you have to invest so much time in them, and that's why I'm saying like for me like I'd rather invest this time in Marvel's Avengers or Anthem or even Borderlands 3. They're having a new season, and I'm big on Borderlands. It's one of my
And
favorite
I'm
game
starting
franchise.
Borderlands over for the third time right now because of how beautiful it plays on PS5. I don't
Yeah, I
even
can't.
care. Even though you're
I have,
supposed to be able to carry your save over, but it's not working. It's still a glitch where you're not
oh
getting your PS5, PS4 save. But I don't even care because the game looks and plays so beautifully at 60 frames and shit and no load times. It's just like,
yeah, I can't wait because I love Borderlands. I bought the season pass. I have all the DLC. I'm like fucking maxed out with my character.
not
So
me.
like,
I haven't even finished the main story yet. So, and I bought the season pass, still not even finished the main fucking story. I do that with all the Borderlands games. I think only Borderlands
two.
1, I went through every single thing in one DLC pack for Borderlands 2. I think I made it through. Other than that, I've been fucking slacking. But Yakuza, like a
Yes.
dragon, guys. Like this fucking game is like if you can get past all the long cutscenes. But those who have been playing Yakuza religiously know about the cutscene. Because remember, this game used to be something that never came to America because they knew Americans complain about cutscenes and length times, and we weren't understanding the Japanese way of fighting. But now we're in the age where everybody watches anime all of a sudden, and everybody likes the quirkiness of Japanese games, and now Yakuza has had this resurgence in which why we had all these remakes from all the original games now, and everyone gets to see the glory of what Yakuza was and what Yakuza is. And this game in Japan is Yakuza 7, but of course they had to call it something else out here because they probably felt like we're gonna be like, if this is Yakuza 7, why is this a turn-based game? The Japanese probably could understand that. Us as Americans, we whine and complain about everything. So that's what attracted me to this game. Like I said, I wasn't gonna play a new Yakuza game until I made it through part 1 through 6. I said I'm not playing no more Yakuza until I make it part 1 through 6. I only finished zero. I'm still stuck on part one. I'm not stuck. I just haven't fucking played it. It's on Game Pass. We got it free on PlayStation Plus. But this one is like a whole nother story. Once I saw that this is like a whole new story, I had to jump into it. And the RPG elements are just there. I love the combat. I love how when you're just fighting, you'll randomly pick things up if you run by them. I like all the quirkiness, to all the special moves and all that stuff. Oh, sorry guys, I'm fucking burping because I'm fucking drinking so much. But at the same time, I like it's just oh man, like people's special moves are where like you got the one where you can like try and persuade someone to put down their weapon and all this stuff, and then beat them up after that. One where like your homeless friend gets recovers HP because he could go to sleep automatically, and you pick that and he falls asleep on the battlefield while you guys are fighting, and he's able to recover all his HP. And I haven't even gotten into this part where you can start summoning people and all of that type of stuff. Like, oh, it's so good, man. Like, I love Yakuza, and I know it's gonna be long. I know people's main complaint with the game is like after a while, you just like, I want to be at the ending. And one of my main things that I hate is when I'm ready for a game to end and it keeps going.
Yeah.
That shit gets annoying sometimes, and it kind of kills a game's vibe. But I think I'm gonna make it to the end of this game. I
I
think.
think I one thing, like, not to sound like to complain on too much, but like, the cutscenes are a little bit long, which is what is like you said, is what you expect from the previous games. But I just want to get into the action just because I love the gameplay of it, the RPG elements of it, and the role playing elements of it. I just want to get into it. So when like we have a 30-minute fucking cutscene, I'm like, okay, I need to understand what's going on, but I want to get into the game. Did you early spoilers? How did you feel about the locker situation
The locker situation. Hold
with
on.
the baby?
Oh yeah, that was a crazy scene right there, yo. They started the game off very serious.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I
Yeah.
was not
I'm like,
expecting
I'm like,
this.
how long did it take him to get there? Thank God the baby was fucking breathing. Like we don't
Yeah,
want to. We're saying this out of context because saying it in context is kind of like a spoiler. So
yeah.
like, guys, there's just a point in the game where you have to save a baby and he's put in a locker, and you're just like, yo, like
That's what I'm saying. This tone of this game is so fucking crazy. One minute you're like, ha 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 ha. And next minute you're like, a baby's in a
that's it.
locker. And
That's
you're like,
all.
what the fuck?
All Yakuza games, like you, every time you're in the free world doing some shit, everything is like wacky. Like right now, I just finished learning how to be a bum by collecting cans and stuff like that in the world and shit. And it's just like you go from that, and then next thing you know, you're in this serious situation with some guy from your past. And you're just like, how do I go from collecting cans to fucking having to fight this guy? Like it's crazy.
I think I got to get used to that. I think I'm just not used to that kind of like tone change so fast. Like one minute he's like, I'm gonna be the best gangster ever and like help the kids out. And next minute he's getting his fucking fingers almost cut off. And you're like, what's going on? Like, what type of game is this, man?
Yep, that's how it is, though. That's the Yakuza game, but it's still fun. People highly recommend if you got a Series X, take advantage because it's not on PS5 until I believe March of next year.
Yeah.
You can get it on PS4 though if you want to do that. And then I don't know if they say you can upgrade it later or not, but who's gonna wait till fucking March? By the time March, we're gonna be fucking waiting for that new Mass Effect and shit to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, not new Mass Effect, but the remaster, which everyone is still gonna buy and play the shit out of. But other than that, Fuser. Now for weeks, this game's been out for at least 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and I keep forgetting to bring this up every fucking show because it's on my Xbox, and I'm like, I was focused so much on my shiny PlayStation that I like forgot I got it on my Series X. Fuser, guys, is made from the people who made Rock Band. Um, and you're like at Coachella, you're a DJ at Coachella, one of those type of big shows, and there's a lot of music, and you're like mixing songs and things like that. And at first, it's like playing Rock Band. You play it on easy, the things is easy, but you play it on hard, like this game amps up. You go from like you start off with just like, okay, this is how you play. You got your A button, which is like your I think is the mic, who your words of someone's song. Blue is like the piano of someone's song. Then they had like the instrumentals with Y, and then B is something else. You start off with just that. You see how those songs mix, and they usually always mix really good. And you can always tell by the vibe of the crowd if you should take something off. And the game will hold your hand at first and be like, hey, you're not liking this right now. Pull this track off and switch it, and you go into like you get to go in there, your shows, you pick all your tracks before the show, you pick your lighting, you choose your stage, how you want your fireworks to go off if the crowd goes wild, and they let you do all of that type of stuff. But you gotta learn how to like drop the beat at the right time. There's like a meter that says like you gotta drop it here or you're gonna lose momentum. Like as soon as this part turns white, boom, okay, go ahead and switch your track if you want to switch your track now. And if you want to pull a track off the thing, you got to wait till the beat is just right in the song before you pull one of the tracks out and like, all right, let me just rock with these three tracks. before, and like you get in the vibe. Like I saved a lot of music, and you could put it online when you save music and stuff. But I'll get back to that because when it goes to the gameplay, like once you start going to like hard mode, then you go into like scratching and going to like what was it like the oh, God, scratching, and then the monotone levels going up and down with the voices and things like that. You know, yeah. So like the you go to changing up like tones of people's voices. Then you know where you could like I said, scratching on the track. So that all happens the more you get into it. But when it comes to like the multiplayer aspect of it, you can go into like these battles against other people and see who can get the crowd more hype. Sometimes people I feel have the advantage who bought more music and you get credits and you can buy more music. Then they have the DLC packs, of course, like Rock Band did, and some people have all these newer tracks.
I was gonna say, like, how's the actual music choice in the game?
Oh, there's a lot, man. You got the stuff from like the 70s all the way up to now, all the music like you got like Take On Me, you got all that shit. Yeah, and then like I'm mixing that with 50 Cent in the club and shit. And like you got of course you got like Cardi B up in there, Migos, we got freaking Prince stuff, Rihanna. You got all this shit up in there to mix a bunch of tracks. Like you're gonna recognize a lot of stuff. Weezer is up in there. You got your Linkin Park, and it's just like,
Nice.
yo, yeah, it's just
It's funny. I see this. I've seen a little bit of this game just do gameplay, and I was gonna say if you could actually have because it's rock band, so you have like the fake drums, the fake guitar. Do you think that you have more fun with the fake DJ?
I think they want. I think they possibly wanted to do that, but because peripherals have become so cliche nowadays, they're probably like, nah, let's not because we're
It just
gonna waste.
feels like this game was made for that.
Yeah, if you had all four of the things, like they had a way for you to like switch, that would have been nice. But we all live in like these small apartments and stuff or spaces now where like imagine remember when we had Rock Band, when I had the Rock Band, I used to come over every
Like you live, yeah,
my
you
house.
live
We had
room,
to fucking
and the
kick my
drums,
grandma off the TV in the living room because we
just
couldn't
watching wrestling.
yeah, we couldn't watch Rock Band in my play Rock Band in my bedroom. We all had to take over the living room TV. And like
Yeah,
Rock Band was like so revolutionary, man.
rock band. If you could walk me through all the stuff, they had the drums, the guitar. What else did they have? There was like two
Yeah,
other
it's
things.
drums, guitar, the microphone,
Oh yeah,
two guitars,
yeah, the bass and the
microphone, the bass and regular, and the piano. At some point, the piano came in.
God, I'm over like setting that up, having a little station. Do you think we would have actually tried to actually have a real band the way we like play those shits all the time?
I know. Shout out to Noel making all those scary trips to Brooklyn in order to play some fucking rock band.
I know, right?
How
Taking
hard.
that fucking. The worst thing was taking that train back home because you're
I
like,
know.
yo, it's like 8 o'clock. It's dark out here. We're in the middle of Brooklyn, Broadway Junction, to go through that shit.
Oh man, those were the fucking days. Those were the days.
That was that's actually one of the scariest train stations
You know,
in New
not
York. Is
anymore.
Broadway
Not
Junction.
anymore.
Really, I haven't been there since forever, but those train stations fucking creepy, man.
Remember, we gentrified now, man. There ain't no fucking scariness about Broadway Junction no more. It's a mix of people up in there.
Oh
Like,
man, I remember having to take that fucking longest escalator
yep,
upstairs.
yep. A
It's
bunch
just
of
like
people probably laughing. Whoever lives in New York and been here, you guys know. Y'all know the fucking change from Broadway Junction in the past to what it is now. It's a huge fucking change, you
yeah.
know. But yeah, so
That's
Fusion's
how
good.
that shows you how dedicated gamers we were, though.
I
They're like,
know.
okay, Dre has to do his shit. Let's take this fucking trip to Brooklyn and make it happen.
Went to high school in the city. High school in the city. So every time people wanted to play the new game, y'all had to take a trip to East New York. And it ain't the same East New York that it is today. You know, different East New York back then, kids. Different East
Yeah.
New York. You know, but yeah, user. Great game, a lot of good tracks. I gotta get back on it. You could play online. They have these competitions every week. They'd be like this week is the pop week. So if you want to go, you could go and make a pop playlist and it records and it puts it online, and people get to vote on who their favorite playlist was, and you can watch other people's playlists. And if you like their playlist, you can save it as a set for you. So you're like, oh snap, I like what you did here. You can save it and use it in your story mode, and you could go ahead and be like, all right, let me download this set that this guy used here, and like the crowds be loving some of this shit, man. And like it's nothing like vibing. Like, it's like rock band when the crowd used to be getting mad loud, and I was always the singer, so it's just like you get all into the fucking shit. And now it's like this music. Like, as soon as the crowd is celebrating, if you have your headset on and you just hearing the crowd, the surround sound of the crowd, and you forget you're playing a game. Like you literally forget you're playing a game. You feel like you're a real DJ. Now I know why people love Coachella and shit like that. I need to go to Coachella because if this game is anything like what those concerts are like, then I'm missing out. I'm honestly fucking
I was
missing.
gonna say, how do you the playlist? They're really good. Can you save it into like actual playlist and play it
Yeah,
offline?
everything you do, you could save everything. Like if you see the crowd is hyped, they actually have an icon like the crowd is hyped. Do you want to save this? Like you could press save your this track, so like you know what got people hyped. So the next time you go to another show, or if you want to play online, all your playlists that you feel were great, you could take it online with you, and you'll automatically start off your show with that thing playing. And it's good, man. It's a very unique game that I feel like people are sleeping on right now, guys. Fuser, it's a good game. Like if you love music, if you like DJing, if you just want something fun to play and for the hell of it, and just love
My
music.
only thing that's the problem with this type of game right now is like the competition. Like so many good games are out right now.
Yeah, but this is different. That's the reason I like it, because this is a game that this could be another drunk game. Like I haven't played it drunk, but
Yeah, this
it's
seems like
another
a
one
drunk
you could
game.
just be like, yo, I just want to listen to some music. You know what? Let me fuck it. Let me put on Fuser and fucking just vibe to this shit, create some track and just vibe with this shit right now, until I fall asleep with my headset on.
Yeah.
So it's that type of game, man. And I feel like it's not getting no love. And I feel like I disrespected it every time we finish a pod. I'm like, yo, I forgot to mention Fuser. And it's been like 3 weeks since the game came out. And I'm now mentioning that game. So people, fuck what you heard. Fuser, it's not even getting any reviews out there either. I haven't seen GameSpot review this game. I haven't seen IGN review this game. My favorite podcast haven't reviewed this game. It's like people are sleeping on it. It came out at the wrong time. It came out at a time with next gen, and there's no next gen version for it. So it's like I have mine on PS4 because I said I want to play it on PS5 and stuff. I haven't played it through my PS5 yet, so I don't know any type of differences with the game. But it's good. People, I highly recommend. Not for everybody if you're not into music like that, but I still highly recommend the damn game. Other than that, I've been playing, of course, bunch of like Demon Souls and stuff. But I'm gonna go into stream. I'm still sucking at Demon Souls. I got used to rolling and dodging and stuff like that. But there's this one mini boss that keeps fucking me up right now, and I gotta fuck that man up. And it's pissing me off. But I'm gonna get back in it. And trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting. Maybe something I had downloaded. Haven't played Sackboy Adventures yet, but I'm hearing that it's good to play multiplayer, so I might play that with my kids. It's 4 player.
Wait, can you do me a favor? Check out Warzone because I heard there was an update on Warzone for the new systems where they allow 120 frames per second
Oh yeah.
per. So I would love to see if you could actually feel a difference playing Warzone because I know Warzone is still popular going
I
to
don't know
season.
how much of a different I'll feel played it because I haven't played it as much as you played it. So I don't know how big of a difference I would
Because
feel.
that's been a main factor of me playing on computer is to get those higher frames per second because you just can't go backwards. But if I could play on my Xbox, then I definitely would take the switch over to that. So if you get a chance, let me know how that feels.
Oh, it's cross gen, right? We could play cross. Yeah, we
Yeah,
could, yeah,
cross gen, cross system, cross everything.
your Activision name, and then we could play while I'm on the PS, and I can just record it or whatever, or stream it, whichever one of the two, and then get it out there. You can see it for yourself. But the differences between your screen and my screen was, but yeah, man, what's your experience been like with Assassin's Creed so far? Cause you're way further in it than I've been since I've had
I'm
my
I'm
time.
kind of I'm kind of hitting that spot where I'm getting kind of like, okay, this is the game. I'm not hitting anything new. It's starting to become like the excitement of everything new is going away. So I'm kind of hitting that spot where I'm like, I'll play something else. So I'll do something else. I'm trying to keep going. I'm trying to just like honestly just focus on the story because this is usually the problem with these type of games. I get caught up so much on the side missions that when it comes, I get like tired of the game because I'm doing so much side stuff.
I did what I did, and I said I'm not doing side missions unless it's right next to me while I'm doing a main quest.
So yeah, I'm gonna start just focusing on the story because I don't want to get tired of the game. But I've been doing so much side stuff that I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a little fatigued from it. The
There's a
comp,
guy out there who's like he's 100 hours in, and he didn't even finish the fucking side, the main story yet, and he's 100 hours in. Like crazy.
yeah, I can't imagine that. I have, I don't know, I haven't checked, but I've been playing a crap load. The combat's fun. That's one thing that I have to give it to. It's not. I wish it was a little harder, actually. I feel like it's a little easy. Maybe I gotta pump up the difficulty up, but I feel like I'm just like fucking people up, and they're not really a challenge.
Well,
Um,
that's been a complaint that's been going on through a lot of people, and they're playing it on the harder difficulty. But there's times where they're like AI just sits around and just lets you fuck them up.
yeah, I kind of wish that it was a little more like challenging combat wise. The combos, the different weapons you could choose, the dual wielding different weapons. It's really fun. I just wish it was a little more challenging. The graphics though, I'm not even playing on 4K. I'm playing uh on my gaming monitor, like 120 frames. No, not 120 frames.
And AP.
Yeah, 1080p on a high refresh rate because Xbox allows you to do that on gaming monitors that you can have a high refresh rate. So I'm experiencing this smoother gameplay because of that, and I think it's beautiful on that. And I go back to 4K and like it's a beautiful looking game. I I actually really enjoy it, and I can't wait to see it on next gen. I'm hoping it's even more amazing.
Yes, definitely. It makes you more immersed in the world when you see it on next gen.
And
Especially if
I'm
I got to deal with those loading screens, man. Like you're gonna be more in tune with everything.
one thing that I'm kind of enjoying more just with switching over to PC a little bit is headphones and like actually having that like
Hold
the
on,
audio
got you real quick. GameStop will have PS5 bundles at 7 p.m. tonight. One
7
hour.
p.m.
That's
Eastern
Western.
Pacific.
So 1 hour from 10 o'clock for us. GameStop will have PS5 bundles. So I know by the time you guys are listening to this, that will pass. But me and Freddie are trying to get him a new console right now. So we're gonna look out for that.
Hot news, flashy news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself.
Old news for those listening now.
True. Hope everybody got their new game systems because man, this shit's been a bitch to do this year. It's actually took kind of the fun away from me, considering I'm the one outside looking in. Uh,
If
I
only you kept
fucking
that
hate it,
Xbox, but I had it for you, man. If only you kept that fucking Xbox, deal.
and that's the lesson to you guys. Take what you got. Don't get greedy. I got greedy and I got fucked. So if somebody offers you an Xbox in a month, take it. And that's all. I got greedy and like, nah, I could get it sooner. I don't need that shit. And I'm over here with no Xbox and no PS5.
Yeah,
Uh,
they shipped sooner than they thought. Everybody, they just put that December 31st or 25th date, but everybody got it the next week.
okay, yeah, I feel like shit now. But I hope everybody's doing good with their game systems. Hoping at least I get some kind of like Christmas miracle, or something coming in. That'd be amazing. Um, but I'm playing Assassin's Creed. Talked about that. I'm playing a little bit of Like a Dragon. We talked about a bit. I gotta get over those cutscenes. I think I gotta spend like 3 hours just get past the fucking cutscenes and get into the game.
Cutscene's gonna keep going as long as you playing the main story.
Yeah. I've been playing Smite. They have a new battle pass. I enjoy it. 2K. I keep playing, which I realized today they have a super pack, which is pretty much all the
You
best
like the card
cards.
game, right? You like playing
The
the
My Team, 2K
my
My
team.
Team.
I can't. I don't get into it because I'm not. Even though I have all the cards from fucking the pre-ordering and buying the $100 version, like I don't even use any of it. Like all that credit is just there.
You give it
All
to
the
me.
packs have never been open. Like all that stuff is there. But all I play like on next gen is different because you have to start your my player all over again. They give you like I think was it 110,000 BC to start your character over again. They added some new characters to the story, and I didn't care. I still skipped it because I want to go straight to the core. Now they brought back the different teams and stuff like the three different factions
Factions.
and online. And so after you finish up, you got to go to this rookie court where you then well, even if you win or lose, you get kicked off the court. And you got to play with randoms. You're not allowed to go in there with your friends and stuff like that. You got to prove yourself. Like prove that you can play by yourself. And I've been doing it. I just got to level up one more level and I get chosen, but I haven't played like that. But I'm kicking ass. Like with this fucking new on PS5, like with the way these characters move and how real and smooth everything is. Like I'm playing at the center. Like I'm averaging like 13 rebounds a game
Nice.
and fucking 8 assists. And like when I'm in the paint, no one could stop me. Like I haven't missed a shot yet. Like I'm playing with some shitty people too. Like I never talk on the mic on 2K because I feel like people are too serious. But we got to the point where like if I'm doing all of this and I think I suck, like step your game up. Like we were up by 15 points yesterday. This team I was on 15-1. I mean
And this
two.
is what, 5v5 or
Five,
3v
three
five?
versus three in the park. And these motherfuckers came back on us like I'm Gavin. I crap. Like all we need at the end of the game, we just need to score 2 more points. They were up. It was 21-20, and I'm just like, we just need one more shot because we got to beat them by two. And like I fucking got 7 rebounds off of these guys missing the fucking shot. And I'm like, and I had to turn on my mic, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? How old are you guys that I'm playing with right now? Like, are you some fucking 6-year-old kids? Like, they literally open. They're open. All three of the other team were in the paint trying to stop me from getting the rebound. I'm passing it out. Rebound. They missed. Passing it back out. They missed. Grabbing the ball again. They missed. I'm like, yo, how many opportunities do you guys need for us to win this damn game? And I got so pissed. That was the first time I ever cursed into my mic at people on 2K. Like, and it's the first time I felt good though, because I'm like, I'm actually good at this now, and it's just like because of how great the animation is, how great nothing glitches, no one's going through each other. Like I could
I
do
was gonna
stuff.
say, how's all the sweat? Because over the 2K trailers, all the characters have the sweat on them.
Oh yeah, they always do that shit. It look good and all of that, but it was
So
good.
you haven't spent no money on 2K?
Nope, haven't spent not $1 on it. Not this,
Nice.
not on PS5. I refuse to. I'm doing everything through my career because I'm like, it's almost next year, and by October we're gonna have the next 2K. I'm not spending no fucking money on this unless I'm gonna be as dedicated as you guys are. Cause my family, they're dedicated to 2K. I play 10 games a day. They play 2K a day.
Yeah,
So
I think I hit my spot where like I don't want to play anymore. Like I don't want to spend any more money on it because you know what? Next week is another fucking pack. The week after that is another fucking pack. The week after that is another fucking pack. And like I'm chasing something that I'm never gonna be able to catch. And I'm tired of spending money on this shit.
2K is one of the. I don't know why people don't bash 2K like they bash EA because 2K is one of the biggest cash cows when it comes to NBA. Everything you do is pay to win in 2K.
And I'm done. I think I just hit the like like today there was a super pack, which is pretty much the best cards of the year. The season comes out, and it's your only there's the last chance to get it. And like I had no urge to spend money on it. I just like fuck you guys. I'm tired of. I'm you know what I'm gonna do. I'm waiting for like the end game shit when everything's a fucking 99, and I'm gonna wait till then to spend my money if I even want to spend my money. I'm not spending money on 2K anymore. I'm done. I think it's just a fucking scam,
It is.
and they're taking advantage of people who just want to, you know,
They
collect
did
them
it
all. You
before.
know,
They just want to say that look how many wins I got, and all that stuff. And like those days for me, I'm not doing because I tell my cousins all the time, I don't play this shit the way you guys play. Like you guys keep putting money in this shit, but that's because y'all play this shit religiously every day.
but it would even justify if there was a system where like next gen, like let's say if I spent more than $100, the next 2K21 comes out, they give me something like, okay, we understand you spent this much money, here is something to compensate for that. They don't give you shit. So every year like you just start from zero and they don't give you anything for that. It's a fucking scam. I think if they like give you something like, hey, here's a free pack, or here's 100 VC to go towards your next gen because we know you spent money this year, they don't give you shit. And it's just like, that's the thing about like actual like you play Hearthstone. You those cards are good
No.
5 years from now.
I have to stop playing Hearthstone though because yeah, but at least with Hearthstone I don't feel like I'm getting cheated
Yeah,
because
in
so
5 months, those cards are still
yeah,
fucking valid. In five
exactly.
months of 2K, those cards are garbage, and you just wasted your money. And that's what I realized is like whatever cards I buy in 2 weeks from now, they're gonna be garbage. So I
Mhm.
was just like, what am I fucking doing? I'm just like, and it's all the hype around it. It's my fault for following the shit on YouTube and seeing all these YouTubers open packs and like, yeah, I want to get that too. And like, that's how they get you. They like fucking pay these people to open packs to get people to open packs. And it's just a fucking scam.
Influencers doing what they do best, influencing people.
Yeah, it's a fucking scam, man. Don't
I
open
think
packs.
that's
Don't waste your
probably
money.
one reason why Gaberish is taking a little longer to get paid because we're a little too honest here. Well, at least they have this guy named Andre on this fucking podcast who likes to shit talk anything that's fucking people over, and they don't want that. They can't have
Hey guys, come to FredyG. I talk all the shit you guys want me to talk. 2K, come on.
yeah,
Buy
you know,
packs.
but Dre will never steer you people wrong. You know, I'll never steer you people wrong. Like bullshit, I call bullshit. You know, that's all there is to it.
Hey,
Um,
that's what makes us good.
mhm. But let's get into so Jeff Keighley announced the Game Award nominees, and
Real quick, why is Jeff Keighley the fucking spokesman of fucking gamers? Like,
I
when
don't
did that happen?
yo, I can't. I hate the guy because I feel because everyone says he's an asshole in real life. Everybody, even the people that work with him,
He
say he's
looks like an
an asshole.
asshole. I see his face. I'm like, he's an asshole.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
but
understand why he's the voice
one
of
of those
gamers.
people that made connections, you know, and I can't get mad at him because I always told people in the world we live in, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. You know, you heard this from me. Like I've gotten as far as I've gotten in my career, not because I went to school for it, it's because I knew all the right people and they gave me promotions because I was nice to them. You know, like that's how I got far in life, you know, by
Yeah.
being cool with people, getting people drunk and being able to be like, yo, we had a great time. And they're like, you know what? You need a bonus, man. You're a real great guy to hang out with. You know, like and like even my job now, I become a fucking manager of offices just because I was nice to the one girl that no people wanted to be nice to at my last job. You know, like so it was sometimes just about who you know. And Jeff Keighley has got it real lucky with the breaks he had starting at G4 and then getting to know people and building his relationships. And then, of course, the big relationship he had with Hideo Kojima and all that stuff. And this guy knows how to put on a show, you know. Like I don't like him, I hate supporting him, but I'm glad for him, you know, because he does all this stuff for gamers at the same time. You know, like we're gonna see a bunch of premieres for the first time when this show comes out. We're gonna see a whole
When
bunch of this shit
what's the actual day of the award show?
the same day Cyberpunk comes out. Yes, the same day, December 10th. Cyberpunk and the video game awards show. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to play my Cyberpunk because Newegg and Amazon are selling Cyberpunk digital for 49.99. So I bought my digital copy for 49.99. So at least I could play that on my PC while I'm watching the fucking Game Awards on TV, or maybe I'll stream the Game Awards on my
So
PC.
you bought it on Xbox to do
Yeah,
gig?
I was gonna get it on Stadia, which I'm now mad because I bought it. If you buy Stadia version, people, you get a free Stadia Pro. You get a controller and a
And
Chromecast
the
Ultra.
Chromecast Elite, yeah.
Yep,
Ultra,
Chromecast
yeah.
Ultra. If you pre-order, you get Stadia right there just for pre-ordering fucking Cyberpunk. And I want people that hate on Stadia to know if you go and become a subscriber to Stadia, there's so many games available for free.
Well, honestly, I wanted to get on Stadia too, but my only thing is that because of on Xbox, I could put that on New Zealand and I could get it almost 2 days early.
You're right.
So I'm like, nah, I want to play 2 days early than get a fucking new Stadia
I thought
controller.
Xbox would be the last system I got it on, but at least now I know I can do my resume play. So I can play between that and Yakuza and just keep going back and forth and not worrying about saving my game. You know,
But what Xbox needs to do is the lacking on is transferring my Xbox games to PC. Why not? Like, I don't
no,
understand
cloud
why
play for
I
PCs coming next year.
okay, because I'm like saying like, why am I buying all these games on Xbox and why can't I just play it
Yeah,
on my PC?
it's cloud play is coming to PC next year. They said
Because
that.
that's gonna be the killer factor with the whole xCloud is that like the fact that I'm buying games on my console and get to play it on my PC. That's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah, it's just the save files. Cause I was getting mad. I remember when I first downloaded Halo on PC through Game Pass. I'm like, why am I starting from the first level? Like I was not here, and then I had to Google, and they're like, yeah, cloud saving is only between phones and tablets and Xbox. It's not PC. Coming to PC in 2021. So
Uh,
I don't know why that was in the first place they did cloud saving too. I don't know what's the holdup or why. If Microsoft is PC, why is it that we're still waiting for cloud gaming to come to PC Game Pass?
yeah,
That makes no sense to me.
they should have done that way sooner.
Yeah, it should have been the first thing that had cloud gaming. Well, all right. But we're gonna get into the Game Awards now, people. So I'm gonna go through all the categories and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what we think is gonna win. But then again, remember, guys, just because we said something might win the Game Awards doesn't mean it's gonna win the Gamerish Awards because we're gonna be a whole other crew of people arguing with each other about what should and shouldn't win. And those games that we nominate are only going to be games that we've played. If we didn't play the game, if at least if one of us didn't play the game, it will not be nominated for any damn award. We all, at least one of us had to have had played the damn game. When it comes to Jeff Keighley's award show, these are a whole group of guys fucking voting on this stuff. And yeah, so there's tally everybody's stuff. That's why some of these nominees I'm gonna go through that we're gonna be like, don't make no sense, but someone voted on it and they just put it in there. So I'm gonna start from like the last category and go from there because I want to go through everything. We might not know everything going on with all these categories, but the first one is the best esports coach, which I don't give a fuck about no esports coach. But they nominated Park Dae-hee, Lee Jae-min, and some of you pay attention to this shit might be like, you're pronouncing his name all wrong. Don't give a fuck. Like, Danny Sorensen, Fabian Lohman, and Raymond Lucier. And I don't know who I think is going to win that. I'm just going to bring it up because it's a nominee. We're not going to talk about that because not important to us. I don't give a fuck about no fucking esports coach. Fuck. Best esports event 2020 League of Legends World Championship, 2020 Overwatch League Grand Finals, Intel Extreme Masters 14, Blast Premier Spring 2020 European Finals, Call of Duty League Championship. I think League of Legends is going to win that just because League of Legends. I also don't care about esports events.
Yeah, I'm starting. I think it's because of the whole pandemic. And like for some reason, like actual sports is not hitting the same way. Like football, basketball is I hated the same that it
My
would
Raiders still like
previously.
your Broncos are shit.
My
So
Broncos and my Jets are fucking shit, so I don't give a shit about sports right now. But I've been watching a lot of esports, mostly spy esports, and like actually could see it as a future of like it might stay online. I don't see NBC fucking putting esports out there, but I think esports has a an avenue to go through, and I think it is part of the
it's
future.
big. It is part of the future. I just don't care about it right now because I'm not part of it. You know, like, 'cause if I would have chosen a different path path in life, stop having sex and didn't have so many damn kids, maybe I would have been there. You know, because
Yeah,
there was a day, well, where I was playing Battlefield competitively for money, you know, and I could have fucking been there, you know, and that was before kids. But then I had them, and they, you know, guys, sometimes your life changes. Thank God I have the perfect woman that understands my lifestyle and she leaves me alone when it comes to my games. I know there's a lot of guys out there that wish they could have that, you know, but you know, we're good enough in which we're in this position where our women let us rock it, you know, with our damn games.
for
You know,
sure.
next up, here's where I start getting interested. Score and soundtrack. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which I've played. Hades, which I've played. Doom Eternal, which I've played. The Last of Us 2, which I've played. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now,
That's tricky, man.
I would say this comes between Ori and Hades.
Oh wow, I said Doom and Hades. Doom music is really good, man. That like the rock and roll, and then like you kill everybody, and then it has that.
Have that? Yes, yes. You know, you're right. But at the same time, I feel like I'm so, excuse me, focused on getting my kills in Doom that I can't really fucking commit to the musical score going on in the background because I'm so focused on getting these kills and all the things you have to do to get these kills. Hades, though, the music, like, it gives me a reason for being in that game.
Yeah,
Sometimes, like, I'm just like, yes, like, I know to up the ante right now with that fucking music. You know, I'll say something that got snubbed. Did Life of Strange 2 come out this year? Was
I
that this
think.
year?
I just saw a list of it.
Oh, let me know if Life is Strange 2 came out this year.
No, I see. Tell me why, but I don't see.
Tell me why, yeah, that came out this year for sure. All right. So I'm gonna leave Life is Strange 2 out of it then. Because I was gonna say like Life is Strange always has some of these knows how to take these indie bands and turn them into something with their game.
Honestly, like that whole category is great music. Hades, Doom, Final Fantasy, but I feel like Final Fantasy is kind of cheating because we know it's such a
You
classic
know,
game
it's a
for a
classic
reason.
soundtrack. It's
Even if they remix a little bit, they're taking roots from the original. What was the other two?
The Last of Us 2.
I don't remember the music being. I remember like the guitar being really good, but like it doesn't.
Yeah,
I feel like
Last of Us 2 didn't vibe with me when it comes to music wise. They had good tracks at certain point, but music wise, is that game is about atmosphere. It ain't about music.
I think the reason why Doom and Hades like jump out for me is because they incorporate it into gameplay. Like Doom, like when you're shooting, the music is there. When you like end it, the music is there. Like it's a part of the gameplay. And the same thing with Hades, where I feel like the other ones are more like set pieces, like really good music at certain point of times, but not during just like the overall gameplay. So I think Hades and Doom for me is definitely up there for me.
So if you would choose best soundtrack, what's
I'd
the
say Doom. I'm sorry. I love Hades, but I'd say
I
Doom.
think Hades is gonna win this one. I think Hades is
Yeah,
gonna win.
probably. But I think Doom is just like I just always remember beating the whole level and then like that's like the guitar. Grrr. It's like, okay, yeah, I killed everybody.
All right, next up, best esports game. Fortnite, League of Legends, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or Valorant.
What was the last one? Battle what?
Valorant. It was like a
Battle
game that
Valorant,
was
okay.
hyped for like a minute, and now no one talks about it. So it's
Yeah, true.
definitely not winning. I think this is gonna go to League of Legends, of course. You know, like I think that is League of Legends. I haven't played a lick of League of Legends, but we just know how popular that fucking.
Exactly. As I was gonna say the same thing. Like from everybody, if I had to put money on it, League of Legends. They have such a fucking fan base that like it's so hard to beat. Like I think it's League of Legends easy.
Yep. All right, so got that out the way quick. Next up, best multiplayer game: Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Call of Duty Warzone, Animal Crossing New Horizon, Among Us, and Valorant again.
What do you think? I think it's two games pretty much.
Uh, I think it's gonna go to Fall Guys.
Fall Guys or
Oh no, it's going to Among Us. I think it's going to Among Us, even though Among Us is about 2 years late. This
so
is
then technically they shouldn't be even on this list.
yeah, they shouldn't be on this list. It's just that the game got popular this year, and I think they wanted a reason to put them here, put them somewhere because out of game, I think the game came out in 2018, if I'm correct. I might be off by a year, but 2018 is where I think Valorant no one talks about. Warzone is great, but I don't think as many because it's gonna come down to what the kids are playing. And kids and adults are playing Among Us right now. Fall Guys had the hype for like a month.
Honestly, it might be Fall Guys. I think. So I think the only reason Fall Guys doesn't win because they went exclusive early, and they went for that money and they got that PlayStation exclusive. Even though it was on Steam too, but like you can't play Fall Guys on Xbox. But Among Us, you could play on your fucking phone wherever you're at.
Yeah.
On Among Us, you could play on your PC, and like that's a big deal. And that opens up multiplayer. Like I
Fall
got
Guys,
P.
I feel was like the hype of the moment, but we gotta also ask ourselves if Fall Guys was paid for and it wasn't free, just how many people would have got into the game if it wasn't a PlayStation Plus game?
But I'm looking at the list with you, and see, I thought it was Call of Duty, but not Call of Duty. Warzone. I think honestly, it's Warzone.
That
Warzone.
should be the game. I think even though I
That's
don't play it like that,
honestly, I'm looking at the list, and Warzone is they took battle royale, a genre that was getting kind of boring and not very interesting anymore, and they made it what I think the standard is now. I think if I'm gonna play seriously a multiplayer game, I play Warzone. If I want to hang out with my friends, I'm probably gonna play Among Us. So I think it's between Warzone and Among Us.
yeah, between those two, I think Among Us is gonna win it though.
How do you feel about Animal Crossing? Do you think that?
Multiplayer or Animal Crossing could be beautiful if people are all down to do something in particular. But how archaic Nintendo makes it online.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like Nintendo makes it impossible to enjoy
Nintendo makes it
multiplayer.
impossible for you to want to play their fucking games online. Like to having to watch, everybody has to watch you leave the island. Everybody has to watch you come into an island. Like this is not games. This is not how the world works anymore.
What year is Nintendo on?
Like,
Like this
I
is
don't know.
2020. Why are you acting like it's the 90s?
Like they always do the cheapest thing possible. Like they always do this for all their fucking games. It's like they don't care. They're gonna buy the game. They're gonna play the game. We're Nintendo. People give us their money just because they see Nintendo on the fucking cartridge, and we're all guilty of that.
Speaking of Nintendo, a Game Watch.
Yes.
Join the contest later in the description. You get all this good shit. You can't see it, but yeah,
All right. So next up, sports racing game. Oh,
racing.
sports and racing. So because I guess there's not enough racing games out there, so they have to mix it in with sports. So it's FIFA 21, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, NBA 2K21, F1 2020, and Dirt 5.
What do you think?
I think Tony Hawk is going to take this. I would be glad if Tony Hawk takes this. Usually in any other year, I'll say FIFA or 2K is going to take this, but I think this is the year for Tony Hawk.
FIFA and 2K fucking gambling machine, so fuck them. Dirt 5, I've seen people say how good it performs and graphically, but it feels like one of those like showcase games where it's like more just graphically than like depth. But like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the only thing with that it's a remake, right? Or so it's like so are we counting a remaster or are we talking about like a new game?
It's still good though, man. People been waiting a long time for this, and people are loving. The only downfall to Tony Hawk right now is no private lobbies. That's my problem. Like we're playing online with a bunch of people that know how to do million point combos in 2 minutes, and and like when me and my cousins are playing, it's like we want to face against each other, but it's like we got to deal with these guys who fucking just remember all the combos back from 1990 fucking 8 or 9, whatever the fuck, and just destroying us. So,
So
but
yeah, I definitely agree with you, Tony Hawk. Though.
Tony Hawk is definitely probably gonna win that one. Next, action adventure. So this is where we start getting some juicy stuff. Cause this is where it starts getting hard. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, The Last of Us Part 2, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is hard. Like, how do you choose between these
All
games?
right, so I love Spider-Man, but Miles Morales, like you said, is a glorified DLC. It doesn't belong on this
Yeah,
list.
I can eliminate that too.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp is a good game, but I think it's kind of I get like a lot of indie vibes from that.
Well, it was an indie game.
So really it goes to and honestly it's between Ghost and Star Wars
It goes to Star
to
Wars.
me, yeah.
Well, God, right now I think it's between Ghost and Valhalla and Last of Us Part 2. Star Wars is a forgotten gem right now.
Because it came out so early.
No, because it came out late after the Game Awards last year, so it wasn't nominated. So they had to just drop it in a category. And 2020 is the year of games, another good year of games. Star Wars is not being considered by anybody in this category.
Because I don't think people consider it for this year, like you
Yeah,
said.
because it didn't come out this year. So people, it's just there because Jeff needs to do his due diligence.
Honestly, that game is fucking good. And I
I'm
think that
even
like
playing it right now. I'm trying to finish that shit right now on my through Game Pass.
and like yeah, shout out to Game Pass. That shit's there for you guys. This is like game of the year that you could play on your Game Pass for free. But honestly, no doubt, it's Ghost. It's without a doubt, it's Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost is. Yeah, man. I think probably gonna go to Ghost. If I have to predict, it's going to Ghost.
All right, so your top three was what? Ghost, Assassin's Creed, Last of Us, or
Yeah.
yeah, I think Star Wars is gonna have the same problem with potentially Cyberpunk, right? Because Cyberpunk is gonna be for next year.
I think Cyberpunk is gonna be way greater than Star Wars. So next year when they put it in the category, people are gonna be like Cyberpunk. I think that's how great that game is gonna be. No matter who is going, it could go up against the next God of War, and people are gonna say Cyberpunk. I think that's how great that fucking game is gonna be, and that's saying a lot right now. That is saying a lot.
Honestly, Ghost is it's just like it's such a beautiful game, not just graphically, but just the way you explore everything, the following the fox into an item or like the birds, and it's like it's so seamlessly put together that like it's a great game overall. It's just like it's a beautiful game, not just graphically, but just everything, the direction, the wind following you, the combat, the different stances.
Well,
It's just
I can't say that it won't win.
it's just like so hard. Like Assassin's Creed, at the end of the day, feels like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels like a better Assassin's Creed game. Um, Last of Us Part Two feels like a Last of Us Part Two game. Like it feels like a part two of something. Um, or in the real feels like we had a couple of games before that. And that's why I feel like Star Wars and Ghost stand out because those are like new IPs and those are games that we've never experienced. Like every other thing, we played a version of that before. We played Assassin's Creed before. We played The Last of Us before. We played a Spider-Man game before. So that's why I feel like those two games deserve to win.
All right, absolutely right. Let's see now. Damn, I lost my damn space for a second. So that was action adventure. I said right.
Yeah.
All right. So next category, best role playing game, and it's Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Persona 5 Royal, and Wasteland 3. Now I'm torn here. Uh, RPGs are my favorite games ever. Like I'm fucking torn here. I love all these games except for Genshin Impact. I think something else could have taken that fucking place. I don't think Genshin Impact deserves to be on this game, on this thing, because it's also like, even though you don't need to pay, it's still a pay to play.
Yeah.
Even though it's a free fucking game.
It's so funny how a free like a pay to win game on a single player game. It was like, what's the point? But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of good games on this list.
Yeah, man, it's hard to choose because I was just talking about how much we like a dragon. I think, man, but wait to see Persona 5 Royal added so much extra content to that game, which was already great, and it's so hard, like, to fucking like say no to Persona 5, but because Royal is just like a remaster of a great game, I'm gonna put that on the back burner. I'm already putting Genshin Impact on the back burner because there's a free game which you still paying for stuff constantly because a lot of people still ended up paying for shit. Yes, the developers deserved it, but still, like,
And we're quick people. We played every game that's on this list. Just to put that out there, we're not like this because I know we talked a lot about Like a Dragon. We played every game on this list. One of us at least.
and so I think, it comes down to Wasteland 3 and Final Fantasy 7 remake right
What?
now.
Wait. So what was your excuse for not Like a Dragon?
No, Like a Dragon is great. Like I love it, but uh, I don't.
I think Like a Dragon wins this category easy. Final Fantasy VII is a remake, and that's just pay to win. Persona 5 is pretty much a remake that added more stuff to it. And Wasteland is pretty much between Wasteland 3 and Like a Dragon.
What about, so what's your thing about Final Fantasy 7 though? Because it's a remake?
Yeah, it's like it's like cheesy, man. It's like if they
The
could put that game
brand
out any other
remake,
year,
like I always say something is great
and it's
when
not even a
I
complete game, it's parts.
you
It's
know
not even a complete game. We gotta wait for part two, part three, part four, part five. So it's not even a complete game. So
well, I
maybe when
didn't think about it
the game
like
comes
that. You know
out,
what? I'll disregard Final Fantasy just because we're playing a part, but it's still a great RPG
no,
footage.
and this whole list is great except Ganache Impact. I think the only reason that's on the list because it's pretty high quality considering it's a free to play game.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I think it's on the list.
Most
Um,
downloaded game ever for phones right now. Like they
if
say.
if you could do that for anything, make the Final Fantasy VII remake a free to play game. That'd be the most downloaded game ever. Wasteland 3, honestly, it's a very niche game. I don't like XCOM games, and like
I
you
like
love them. I know you like those
I
games.
like those strategy type, but you played Baldur's Gate. This is how Wasteland plays. It's the
I
same
know,
as
but
Baldur's
like to
Gate.
me, when I think of an RPG game, I think of like a dragon, and I think of Final Fantasy, those type of RPG types games. I think the Wasteland 3 plays too much like XCOM, which is an RPG, granted, but like a dragon just feels like a fucking RPG ass game. And I think if you're looking for an RPG game, that's my game of the year.
I don't know. Like if we're gonna eliminate Wasteland, which I think has a very good chance, I think if anything comes in second place, is gonna be Wasteland
Yeah,
3.
I agree.
But if first place has to go between Final Fantasy and Yakuza, I think Final Fantasy is gonna win this shit.
I think honestly, Persona 5 should win it. If we were not like
Five might win it, but I
the only
think
reason I disqualify is because it's like it's a not a remake. It is a remake because they just added more
it's just
content to it.
extra content and
But
stuff.
the same thing of
Final Fantasy, man, we waited years for this shit and it delivered.
and we're waiting more years for the next fucking part.
Yeah, but we got to talk about what we got this year. And
All
what
right.
we got this year was a masterpiece, man. It was a fucking masterpiece. I think this game wins it. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna win Best RPG. If
It's funny because that's a PlayStation exclusive, and pretty much like a Dragon is an Xbox exclusive for at least a year. So it's like two exclusives facing each other.
I only think Like a Dragon can't win it because it's American Game Awards. Well, Final Fantasy, yes, is a Japanese game. Genshin Impact. It mostly shits on
Because
voice
one thing is to clarify is that people are voting on this, so we could vote. Like everybody could vote on
Yeah,
this,
I voted on my stuff already.
and
I
I
put
think
my vote.
that just the American base is gonna vote for Final Fantasy VII. They have such a hard on for that game.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So there's no question.
Even though to
Seven,
me, Final Fantasy X is the best Final Fantasy, and then 8, and then 7 to me, and then like before 7, like I might even put Final Fantasy 15 up there because
yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 guys is the first Final Fantasy to make me tear up at the end. Like I was so emotionally invested in those characters at the end of Final Fantasy 15, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is how it ends.
But just a shout out to Persona 5, man. That game is just so much style in that game. The music, that's a game that should be in the music category. That music in that game is really good.
Definitely. All right, so next up, games for impact. Through the Darkness of Times, never played it, I'll say it now. Kentucky Route Zero, got it downloaded on Steam and still never played it. If Bound, never heard of it. Spiritfarer, and Tell Me Why.
All right, so there's three games that I think we both played. Right, Tell Me Why, Spiritfarer, and Kentucky. I played Kentucky. I bought it on the Switch.
I bought it on the Steam and I didn't play it yet. I still have yet to play this shit.
So
Installed and everything.
this is more. I feel like this is more your category. I played a little bit of everything, but I haven't spent more than like probably 5 hours, 10 hours on any game.
So if I had to say, so tell me why. All right, it's the first time we play as a trans character in this game and stuff. And I'm usually always for Don't Nod games. Usually whenever they're nominated for something, I'm just like, Don't Nod deserves it. But this game I feel was rushed. It was too short. Everything was done too quick. Relationships were built too fast. Like you didn't get a chance to know people like you got to know people in Life is Strange 1 with Chloe and them and Life is Strange 2 with the brothers and everything. Like you built relationships. This game I felt rushed everything. Like and you could tell because it's the first game that Don't Nod did where episodes came like every 2 weeks a new episode came as opposed to us having to wait like 3 months between episodes in the last two games. So as much as I would love to say Tell Me Why had a huge impact, in which it still had its impact in the ways you played as a trans character for the first time in the game and things like that. But I had no emotional attachment to the game. Every Don't Nod game made me feel some type of way until this game. So I can't give it up to Tell Me Why this time. Spiritfarer now. I feel this should win this category. Spiritfarer made me feel something. Spiritfarer is like a game where you could just chill out and play. You could help these souls make it or finish their unfinished business on Earth and making this up to where they gotta go in heaven or hell or whatever you want to call it. So I think this should go for Spiritfarer. Kentucky Route Zero, like I said, I really wanted to play that game, but I never found the time to play the game. So I can't really speak on that. But Through the Darkness, If Found, never heard of them. But if I was gonna choose anything from this list that's gonna win this, I think it's gonna go Spiritfarer. Agree, or you think it's going to Kentucky?
I think it's the same problem. Kentucky is a remake. The game came out a couple years ago, right?
Well, I think it was on early access though. I think it
I
came out this year.
I think Spiritfarer. I just remember hearing so much good praise on that game and how like it's kind of a game where like you could just like relax and get into the vibes of that game. I played a little bit of it. It's not my type of game. It's a little too chill for me, honestly. Like I almost feel like I could fall asleep on it. Um, I really like Kentucky Zero, um, Kentucky Route
Oh,
Zero.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Spiritfarer for sure. And plus another shout out to Game Pass. A game you could play right now
Game Pass,
on Game Pass.
best deals in gaming ever. Next category, family, best family, and I got problems with this category because they got Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout. Okay. Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time, which I don't know how many kids are playing that. I said I was gonna do a stream with my kids playing, but a lot of kids can't. This game is not kid friendly. This game is hard as fuck. Hard as fuck. Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I guess I could agree with, 'cause my kids could play family on Animal Crossing. Paper Mario Origami King is not a fucking kids game. It is not a fucking kids game. That's an RPG, and with a lot of puzzle like elements to it that does not make that a family game. There's not no co-op in it, so I don't know how a fucking, like, a family game should be something that other people could play with you. Like, not a one player game that because you guys think it's kiddie, it becomes a family game. Like, just because you see Mario in the name doesn't say it's automatically a family game just because you see Mario in the name.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I don't know. How much more?
How's that a family game? Do you need like five of those in your fucking family? They're like 100 a piece.
Like most you can do is two, so I don't know where that came out. Now, this one, Minecraft Dungeons, I can say, all right, family game, but at the same time, it's a dungeon game. Like, how many kids could actually like know how to equip their best armor, their strongest weapon? Like, so I think they fucked up with this category. I don't know.
Honestly, it's such an easy car. What would you call it? The get
Fall
best car?
Guys, like Fall Guys,
Fall Guys or
Animal
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be one of those too, because like this is whoever made these fucking results, like whoever came up with this, like is dumb. For Jeff Keighley to let this shit fly, like that nigga is obviously not a huge gamer. Like family for Mario, just because Mario's in the fucking game. Like how many damn games came out this year that you could call family friendly? Like what about Family Feud? That game came out. That's family fucking friendly.
Over in
Family
that Pac-Man game or the Tetris
yeah,
effect.
Tetris Effect, family friendly. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, guys, I promise you, Gamers Network Game Awards show is gonna make sense. Every
Yeah.
category is gonna fucking make sense because this fucking doesn't make
So it's between Fall Guys or Animal Crossing as a family game. So family game is it's pretty hard because you're trying to figure out and what aspect is family friendly. Is it the ease of a game for every like generation, like kids, adults, teenagers, or is it like the easy to play to pick up and just instantly understand what's going on? And I think if we're going with instantly just like anybody picking up a controller and understanding the game, it has to be Far Guys, right? Because it's like three buttons. It's pretty easy to understand and it's still fun. So it doesn't dumb it down. It's still challenging, and I think Far Guys is a pretty, it's a good family game. What do you think?
Yep, I agree. Fall Guys should win that category.
I already part of like I love Animal Crossing, but it gets pretty complex once you start like really getting into it. Like the fucking the economy in there, the stock systems, there's fishing, there's um
Well, you don't need
fucking
the stock system until you fully build up your house and
yeah.
town.
But I was gonna say like it's not very like it's like on the outside it looks pretty easy. Just like this is the game, and but then you start digging deeper into it, it starts getting complex. So I think Fall Guys is definitely the best family game.
You know? Next up is community support, which they have Fortnite, Fall Guys, Valorant, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, and No Man's Sky. Now, I honestly think this goes between Destiny 2 and Fortnite.
Yes,
It has to be No Man's Sky. I don't know, like people still playing it because there's a lot of shit going on, but I don't know how much the like community is like we support this. Or if you look out there, it's always gonna be like people support Destiny 2, people support Apex Legends too, and people support Fortnite. I think in this category, it might out of popularity, it would go to Fortnite. If it really had to go with community, I think more people community wise would support Destiny.
I the only reason I disagree is because Fortnite has those fucking events every other fucking week.
Actually,
They have concerts, they have fucking superheroes, they have Venom out right now. They
Galactic's
are
coming this weekend.
yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like they'll like giving everything they want to the community. And I think as much as we want to hate on them, they're giving the people what they want.
I
And like
only season pass I buy for me and my son, even if I'm not even gonna play it like that.
I think I don't like Fortnite. I just can't understand the fucking building. If you just like let me shoot people or let me build. I can't do fucking both.
That's
Come
why I
on.
got my kid. He builds, I shoot. I'm like, you do
Yeah.
all the building when people attacking us. I'm gonna keep shooting because I could build when it comes to save the world mode, which is what it started out as when we used to play together.
Yeah, spent so many times. I spent so many hours on Save the World because I actually really enjoy Fortnite Save the World. The multiplayer, I just don't. I don't like the. It's weird. I like the graphics for Save the World, but I don't like the cartoony graphics for the battle royale. It's weird,
It looks
but
better on PS5. Yeah, trust me. It looks
I
way
think it's Fortnite. The fucking Travis Scott concert, the fucking like the Marshmallow, fucking Venom, Wolverines, like all these characters that like I love, and then putting them in this game as like just like every other week, it's like something really big going on in Fortnite, you know, and I think that's really good for for that community. I think that it has to be Fortnite. Like Destiny 2, like has there been an event where you like, okay, I want to log in and see this event?
Yes, only they only had two though, and they take forever to happen. Like last time we was in there for like 2 hours watching this one event happen. I'm just like, oh my god, it's taking way too long. I think me and Mike did it. We were there, and it's like, oh man, I think something just moved. Like, it was crazy.
I think it was definitely Fortnite. I think that's pretty easy actually.
So next category, art direction. Ghost of Tsushima, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Hades, The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Um,
Interesting.
I know, like, I already, when it comes to art direction, Last of Us and Final Fantasy, and Ghost of Tsushima look like what we would expect them to look like. So I'll say it comes between Hades and Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
I agree
Mhm.
completely.
Yeah, and I think I would probably give it a Hades because Hades has much more color. I'll say that gives me there's a lot more color going on with that. And when you're attacking and the blood splatter, how it looks, when things get destroyed, how it looks. Like I love Ori. Like I didn't think I used to hate on Ori until I decided to finally download and play it. Now I like Ori, but I think Hades is gonna get this one.
I think the only downside of Ori is that, like you said, it's something we've seen before because this is like the second or third Ori game,
The second one.
the second one, and it kind of plays graphically. It looks better, of course, but it kind of is what you expect. You know, faster frames per second, better graphics, but it's the Ori game at the end of the day. Hades, though, we haven't seen a game like Hades. Yeah, we've seen roguelike games, but like the way they put the graphics, the sound, it goes back to the sound. And like honestly, the voice acting and just like clearing the room and then hearing him talk and then hearing like just the sound effects is very it meshes all really good together. Ghost of the Storm, Ghost of Ghosts is, I think it's pretty close. Honestly, I think Ghost has a really good soundtrack. Graphically, with the leaves flowing in the air, um, just like the way that they like what was when the training how to fight when you're fighting like I think your father
Yeah,
or like your sensei and like just like that scene where like the leaves are falling down and the
I like
sunset.
that. Yeah, but it says art direction. Well, I guess that's still art.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Get
saying.
the
Like
whole
that.
setting perfect in there. So maybe you're right. Like it might. It's between Hades, Ori, and Ghost. Like right now, between those three. But I think
Yeah,
I
I
think
think Hades,
Hades is gonna win that.
but Ghost is. I think honestly, I think maybe Ghost. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Ghost wins.
Yeah, I won't be sorry either. But I just feel Hades is gonna win that one. All right, next up, best esports player, which I don't know any of these motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure you don't know any of these motherfuckers by name either.
Nah,
Kim Jong Boo,
Ooh.
Cleo Sue, Mateo Herbout, Crim Six, Anthony Cuevas Castro. So I can't make no
Wait, was the
prediction.
last guy
Anthony
Spanish?
Cueva, yeah, I think he's Spanish. That sounds
All
like.
right, so let's go, bro. Puerto Rico.
So you represent him. I think the most Asian or Japanese name is gonna make it and be the winner. So I'll just go with Kim Jong Bu. You know, he has the last name of Lubu. You know,
Oh, wait. I just want to give respect because the fact that you're on the Games Award as an esport person, you must be doing something good. So shout out to everybody on that list because good for you. Because I don't know any of you guys.
yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people listening are probably like, I know them, but you know, we're. I always say personally, guys, just in my opinion, if I could play the game, I'm not gonna watch someone playing it. You know, like, that's just me personally.
That's the thing about it's the craziest thing about esports is like anybody can fucking do that. It's like one thing about basketball and football is like you gotta be big, you gotta be 6 feet, you gotta be like fucking 250 pounds. But esports, just click, 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 click. Like anybody can
That's gotta
fucking
be
do that shit.
it takes a certain level of skills because not all of us could get sponsored for it, you know. But
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. It's
yeah,
like anybody can fucking do it.
sponsorship. Yeah,
It's a
there's a
matter
bunch
of
of
fact.
people that are out
It's a
there in the
connection.
world that are probably better than these esports people, but we just don't have the means to get out there. Or like myself, got kids. I don't have the time to fucking go and fucking improve my craft. So here I am.
Yeah.
Instead of playing video games for a living, I'm talking about video games for a living because I uh, the
Well,
way
we're
I live.
correct. It's Call of Duty. Like, so Ian is Call of Duty. Hero is League of Legends. Kim is League of Legends. Anthony is Call of Duty, and Matthew is CS:GO. So two is Call of Duty, and two is League of Legends, and one is
Counter
CS:GO.
Strike.
Counter Strike, yeah. So honestly, League of Legends probably gonna win. They have the craziest fucking fan base. It was between Kim or Hero. Uh, the picture wise, I'll go with they both look like darts.
I
I'll go
think
with
Kim is gonna
Kim.
win. I don't think Kim.
I go with Kim. Calling it now. Kim's gonna win.
So next up, content creator of the year, which I don't know any of these people either.
Yeah, why is Game Wish not there? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Right? For real.
They're sleeping. They're sleeping on us.
Merc, Alana Pierce, Valkyrie, J. Ann Lopez, Tim the Tap Man. I'll have to look these people up and see what they did.
All
Then,
right.
so I'm not even gonna make a prediction because
I like Tim the Man because he has a big beard. The Beard Gang. What up?
so I don't know. Next up, mobile game. Legends of Runeterra, which I played once. Call of Duty Mobile, Among Us, Genshin Impact, which is the most downloaded phone game all year. The Pokemon Cafe Mix. I think it's gonna be between Among Us and Genshin Impact. And I think Among Us is gonna win it because more kids play that shit.
I honestly, it's Among Us. It's like I think I was saying earlier. It's like you get the same experience that you get on Steam, and like what game does that? Like you get the same experience of playing on the PC.
There's not no hugely fucking graphical.
It's probably even better on mobile. So I think it's Among Us, and maybe Ganesh next.
All right.
But honestly, not to sleep on Call of Duty Mobile. I heard that they're doing pretty good. I'm more into Call of Duty, but I heard that's actually a pretty good game to play
Yeah, it is. It's been kind of easy. If I'm winning Call of Duty Mobile, it has
because they add bots to it, which I don't know how much I agree with it.
yeah, we'll see though. Best independent game, which I think we both gonna have the same answer. It's Hades, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Carrion, Spiritfarer, and Spelunky 2. I think that's going to Hades hands
Yeah, no questions.
down.
Karen, God, I have it's another game on Game Pass. Shout out to Game Pass. It's a game that I've been meaning to play. I wanted to play it actually during Halloween because it's kind of like a horror type game. But yeah, Hades, no questions asked. It's the best in the games.
Yep. Next up, best audio design. Go to Tsushima, Doom Eternal, The Last of Us 2, Half-Life Alex, Resident Evil 3. Now, this is a mix of a lot of different genres put into here right now, so it's kind of hard. Ghost of Tsushima had a lot going on with their audio design in there. I love the way the swords clash and sound. Love the sound of the wind and all that stuff. Doom Eternal, I think, comes back to its music because anything else is not really special to me. The Last of Us 2, um,
I think it's Last of Us too, man.
yeah, it's the clickers and the sound of them being around, and yeah, I want to go with Last of Us 2. I think Ghost of Tsushima might win it though, but I want to say Last of Us 2 deserves to win that.
It's such a shame I never got a chance. I know, never got a chance to play Half Life Alex, which is one game
A
that
lot of
I
us never got a chance. If they made it available with my Oculus Quest without me having to use that fucking cable to connect to my PC, then I would have been playing it already. I would have finished that damn game. But right now, since I think a lot of people didn't get a chance to play Half-Life Alex, um, I have to give it to Last of Us Part Two.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, Last of Us too, and then maybe Doom. Oh my god, I don't know. It's such a tough category. I didn't honestly play too much of Resident Evil 3, so I don't know much about the audio aspect of that game. But
Yeah.
it's Last of Us 2, Doom, and then probably oh god, I think it's Last of Us 2 and then Doom or Ghost tie for second. I don't know which one's better.
Then next up, we got best ongoing game: Fortnite, Warzone, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, No Man's Sky.
I
Now,
think this is where we're gonna disagree.
I know, I think so too. Because, well, as much as I want Destiny 2 to be a winner, I think Fortnite is gonna get it. Like they just added Marvel characters, like and superpowers. Like what's not to go with that? I know you probably want to go with Warzone and say that's probably like the best ongoing game, but Fortnite is just
It
out.
might be Fortnite, honestly. Like I would love to say Warzone, but I I I I love Warzone and I play the shit out of Warzone.
Yeah, and I love Destiny too. You know,
And every season of Warzone, they add a little bit of difference. Like they add like the Halloween event, which was pretty cool. They add different guns, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, you're still playing fucking Warzone, and that doesn't change too much the gameplay. Well, Fortnite, you're playing with different fucking you play more Fortnite than me. How's the different characters feel? Does it
yeah,
still feel
they
like
all feel like themselves, like especially the Marvel characters and stuff. You feel the difference between those characters and everybody else. My son gets a fucking allowance, and all he does is spend his allowance every week on fucking Fortnite. I kind of regret buying, getting him his own debit card because all my money goes to Fortnite. Well, I guess it's his money once he gets it in his
so?
debit.
Is it more than just skins, or is it like actual
Yeah,
gameplay?
you actually like you're playing as Wolverine, you're gonna be swiping people with claws. You're playing as fucking Thor, you're gonna get to use the hammer.
All
Like,
right, not to give everything Fortnite. Warzone recently had the Halloween event where you could play as Jigsaw, and like that was pretty fucking cool. And you could play as Texas chainsaw guy. Um,
yeah,
that was
for
pretty
the
cool.
Halloween, so yeah, that, yeah, Jigsaw. You had Jigsaw. You had the
Uh,
Texas Chainsaw guy.
so
That's
between
the
Warzone and Fortnite,
thing.
I think it's gonna probably my money's on my money's on Fortnite, but I think Warzone should win.
And my money's on Fortnite, but I think Destiny 2
Destiny 2 is just like I no mind. Let me leave it alone because I'm not a Destiny 2 guy.
should win. Next up is best narrative.
Real quick though, why is No Man's Sky there?
Well, it's an ongoing game, and No Man's Sky is went from shit to one of the best ongoing games out
I
there.
see. That's the thing. Ongoing, does that mean like updated throughout the years or
Yeah,
ongoing
yeah,
like
game
events?
that's just more new content that keeps coming.
There's No Man's Sky, obviously, because they fucking changed that
Yeah, they
game from.
should. I think they should win it. I
They
just
should win it.
they
Honestly, if
should
it's
win.
from
No Man's
like
Sky
beginning to
should win.
end,
I just think Fortnite's gonna win it, but I wish Destiny won it.
All right, so I think honestly, if it's between, sorry, let's go backwards. But if it's an ongoing game, it has to be No Man's Sky. That game has transformed so much from the release of it to where
Oh,
it's at
it
now.
deserves this win. It
It
deserves.
deserves to win. But so me, I'm thinking more advanced and more like constant content, and I think it's Warzone or Fortnite. But if it's between the game releasing to where it's at now, then it's No Man's Sky because that game has transformed so much. It became a VR game, and that's what people are sleeping on. Like that's a fucking VR game, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty fucking good VR game to
Yeah.
play.
Problem is that it came out only on PlayStation, where most of us aren't using our PlayStation VR anymore.
I agree, but if it's between like the best, most updated, the best, more like improved game from launch is No Man's Sky, but like the most events per game, it's gonna be Fortnite and then Warzone.
Mhm. Then next up, best narrative: Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Last of Us 2, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. I'm already eliminating 13 Sentinels because nobody was talking about that shit this year. Um, Final Fantasy 7 is great narrative, but it has nothing on Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us 2. Hades is a great game, but the narrative is nothing compared to Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2. I think Last of Us 2 deserves this because of what it told us it was gonna do, what it did, and what dumbasses didn't realize that it did, which made them mad anyway, even though the makers told us this is what this game is about. You dumb
Yeah,
fuck.
I'm gonna lead it to you. I'm gonna give you the more points because I haven't finished either of those games. But narrative means to me story, and the best story I've played so much between Last of Us or Ghost, it has to be Ghost. Um, just the way the main character goes by, like this, the way he talks, the way he interacts with the other NPCs. I feel like it creates a better story. Last of Us Part Two feels more like almost like she's becoming herself, like a character that's like going through these journeys and becoming who she is. Well, Ghost almost feels like it's a redemption story. Like he feels like he's failed because he the main battle in the beginning, he's trying to redeem himself from that point, and he's trying to even like it's funny because even in Ghost, the assassinations, he doesn't like it. He tells straight up like, I don't think we should be killing people in the shadows. He's like, I'm a
At the
samurai.
at the beginning,
In the
not at
beginning, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, he's like, I don't agree with this, and he's fighting that aspect of gameplay where he's like, I don't think we should be sneaky. He's like, nah, let's go up for it and fuck everybody up. But like in Last of Us Part Two, it feels like I don't know. It feels like a story that like I'm just like, okay, point A, point B, point C, point D. It's a good story. I
I
think
gotta
Ghost
I gotta
mixes with the
agree with
gameplay.
you there. I think you're in your ghost move because it was a fresh game. um Last of Us 2, we were told from the get-go, and this is where I'm going into narrative. I'm not just going into story. Because if I say story, then of course I'm giving the best story to Ghost of Tsushima. But we're talking about narrative. We were told from the get-go, The Last of Us 2 is a game about hate. They literally made the world hate. They made the world hate not only the fucking character in the game, but they made the world hate them. Even though we were told that the game was about hate, people sent death threats to Naughty Dog employees. It was that bad. You people who can't realize that they told us the game was about hate. They did their job because you were so mad at what happened. They did their job. They literally made you hate them. They made you hate the other protagonist. They made you hate the antagonist. They made you hate everything about the fucking game. And although you fucking bitched and complained. Every single one of you bought it. Every single one of you finished that fucking game with hate in your heart. So when it comes to narrative, Naughty Dog told us what the narrative was gonna be, and we full on experienced that fucking narrative in Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima, we didn't know what the narrative was gonna be. We enjoyed the narrative of that, but we felt the narrative of The Last of Us Part 2.
I guess you're right. Meaning of like impact
Yeah.
of like, yeah, when like Joel was getting his ass kicked and hammered in, yeah, I felt that and I was fucking upset. So yeah, I guess he won that point. But I, it's a
But
toss
to
up.
this day, after the Game Awards came out, they tweeted Neo, whatever his name is, and they told him you're so lucky that the Game Awards isn't live this year because you would have been booed off the stage if you got any awards. Like that's how much people are still mad at this guy. Like get over it. Like most of you people that played The Last of Us have watched Attack on Titan. How many of your fucking favorite characters died on Attack on Titan? Do y'all attack the Japanese people for killing your favorite Attack on Titan character?
Yeah,
Like,
well, we're not paying $60 for it.
yeah, you're right. We're not, but still, this is a game. This is a story. I spend $25 a year
Okay, all right.
on
I,
books.
I, I get what you're saying, and I'm gonna be devil's advocate just because
It's,
the fun of the
it's,
podcast.
it's a fucking game. Like these
But
people.
yeah, but like imagine like fucking you playing a Superman game and you play Superman 1, right? And then like Superman 2, they kill fucking Superman and you play as Supergirl. You're like, I don't want to play Supergirl. I want to play Super fucking Man. It's
Well,
called Superman 2. I want to play I
that's
want to play
another
Superman
thing.
2. I don't want to play
The Last of
Superman.
Us is not called Joel. It's not called Joel in Us. It's called The Last of Us. And they said, and remember, like, well, you weren't part of Gamerish then. When Last of Us 2 was first announced, I said it on a former and anybody that's listening to this podcast from the beginning and never missed an episode heard me say it. Last of Us 2, they're gonna kill Joel. I said it from the get-go. Told people before after we saw the first trailer.
But doesn't that ruin it though? Like you predicted it and it just felt like it was something like you knew was gonna happen.
That's well, I feel like if I knew it was gonna happen, the rest of the world should have known and been prepared because that was like a year before the game came out. Like we should have been prepared for Joel to die. They said this is a game of hate. Hate. How else?
Okay. I get that you're like preaching the hate part, but why did it have to be that? That's what I think you're not understanding. Is like, why does it need to be that type of
Well, when
game?
it comes to narrative, which is what we're talking about right now, they stuck to their narrative. They stuck to like I said, Last of Us 2 was a game about hate. They stuck to that theme of hate. We all hated it. We all hated the character. We all hated what happened in it, but we all finished the game because the game was a fucking masterpiece. No matter what anybody wants to say, you could say you hated what happened in the game, but I bet you finished it. You ain't spend that $60 and to say, "Oh my God, Joel died." 30 minutes into the game and said, fuck it, I'm tossing this game to the side. Maybe 1% of you did that because you got money to waste, but still can't afford every other game that comes out. But, but me, I was like, oh shit. I was sad. I wanted to see what happens next. You
Mm.
want to see, you were fueled by it. You wanted to see Ellie get her revenge. You wanted to see that, and that's why we played through the game. All right, this big thing happened. Will Ellie fucking get her revenge for what we're all mad about? That's why we all played that shit. You know, Ghost of Tsushima, brand new IP. Yes, great narrative for that game. But the narrative also changed up about 2 or 3 times during that damn game as per what his end goal was. Do you want to do this? Or are you about taking care of your uncle and his needs? Like what you want to do right now? What was his name?
I'm not sure.
Fuck, man, I had it at the edge of my tongue. But anyway, I feel if they want to stay true to this and people thought straight and clear, The Last of Us 2 gets best narrative, man. I think
Yeah,
that's
for
it.
sure.
And then last but not least, the Game of the Year award. Go Tsushima, Hades, Doom Eternal, The Last of Us 2, Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And this is crazy right here, this Game of the Year awards. Like it's hard because one, I know Mike, he wants Animal Crossing to win this so bad. We know Mike. We know you want but Animal Crossing multiplayer mode, online mode, is going to stop it from winning because Nintendo is too archaic. Maybe if this was Fire Emblem or another Zelda game, there was a chance. But or if Breath of the Wild 2, like they said, was supposed to come out this year, would have came out, that probably would have been here instead of Animal Crossing. Hades, great game. Great game. I wouldn't be surprised if it won game of the year because people are just like, let's just give the underdog the award. But Last of Us 2 is great. If we started at Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us didn't come out this year, I would have gave it a Final Fantasy, but sorry. Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima came out this year, Final Fantasy. And between Last of Us, like Doom is whatever to me. I'm not even putting that in that category. It's not no game of the year to me. It was a fun game. It wasn't no great game to me. It was a fun game and it did what Doom does. Great soundtrack, great gameplay, but it wasn't no Game of the Year nominee to me. But Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us is what to me it comes down to. But Ghost of Tsushima, I feel right now out of this list, that game has to win Game of the Year. It just did everything
Honestly,
right.
I think that thing that keeps that thing that ups the ante for Game of the Year is the fucking continuous support of it. And Ghost does that. The
That's
multiplayer.
the multiplayer, which we didn't see coming. We didn't even know that shit was coming, and the raids and the extra story, which
Because
last
honestly, I think if it wasn't for that, maybe it doesn't win. But they added a new game mode into a game already, and it wasn't like a half-assed game mode. It's like a game mode that I think me and Dre even talked about. Like, we would happily paid money for it. So
yep.
the fact that they're like giving that for free, like it's just a different level. Imagine the Hades if they're like, hell, here's a co-op Hades. Maybe
Yeah,
that would be a discussion now because imagine Hades co-op. I would love to play Hades co-op. But like the fact that Ghost added this different mode on top of an amazing story, single player game, it has to win it. I think it's Ghost or Hades. Animal Crossing. Honestly, I think a lot of the positivity of Animal Crossing is because of 2020. I think it's the pandemic, and
I
a
think it
lot of
would have
people
made a
are.
lot of sales, but it came out during the pandemic, and everyone needed something to do.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
Hades was a
I
way of living life. I mean, not Hades. Animal Crossing was another way of living life.
Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't think I would have spent so much time on Animal Crossing. It came at the right time, man. When I was stuck in the house, I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to like grow plants. I wanted to do all these things, go outside, and Animal Crossing gave me that. But honestly, I don't think if the pandemic, I would have spent so much time. Doom on like you said, it's a fun game, but like again, like it's Doom 2. It's like we know what to expect. We know the gameplay. It's improving on the older Doom, but at the end of the day, we know what you was getting from Doom. And Last of Us 2 and Final Fantasy 7 remake again. It's just like more of the same. It's like Last of Us. I mean, honestly, Final Fantasy 7 remake is actually pretty good. I keep sleeping on it. I think it's actually better than I'm giving it credit to. Do you think it should be higher on this list, or will you? It's like what 6 games? What would
It's
you put?
it's a game of the year, but like I was it was, but it just if Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us didn't come out this year, I would have gave it to Final Fantasy easily. But
It's crazy. I was looking at it. Final Fantasy 7 remake, PlayStation exclusive. Ghost of Tsushima, PlayStation exclusive. Last of Us 2, PlayStation exclusive. Doom Eternal is the only multiple system game. So like honestly, if Hades did come out on Xbox or PlayStation, so if you're an Xbox fan, you only got to play Doom. So that's your game of the year. If you're a PlayStation fan, That's when it becomes difficult. So between Final Fantasy, Ghost, and Last of Us, what's your PlayStation Game of the Year?
Yeah, I'm saying Ghost. Straight up Ghost, man.
Yeah, I agree. So Ghost, and then I guess PC is Hades.
I think there was one award that was left out on my Google search, which I believe was best performance. That wasn't on here. And I kind of remember reading that up when I was making my awards. And I think I can't remember all the nominees, but I tell you who I feel should win, who I do remember, and that's Barrett's character in Final Fantasy VII. That guy put on a show from beginning to end of that fucking game. And whoever played Barrett in Final Fantasy VII deserves like game actor of the year, whatever that category is. Because
All right, so I see the list, and it says Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Last of Us 2, Laura Bailey as Abby, Last of Us 2, and then Jin as Ghost of Tsushima, Logan in Hades, and then Neji as Miles Morales.
yep, and
And
you know, so,
honestly,
yeah, the guy.
it has to be Ellie, yo, and probably Abby.
I put
Their
Abby.
face,
I voted for Abby personally when I did
their
my vote.
face reaction and the motion performance capture, they're really fucking good. Like you
Yeah,
see
I
the
think
pain,
Abby
the
is my
anger.
winner for who should win that award. But
Yeah,
they
it has to be
snubbed
Ellie.
they snubbed Barrett. Barrett was a great character. And I think sometimes these award shows don't consider everything that came out earlier in the year. I think most of it because it's recency bias. It's like the most recent games is what we're remembering the most at the moment. And we're not remembering all that shit that came out early in the year. And I think Barrett, whoever played Barrett, deserves to win that award. But I voted for Abby as much as
Yeah,
people ain't gonna vote for her because they hate Abby so much. Once again, it's the narrative, people. They won the narrative, and but I think Barrett deserves to win that fucking award. He's been snubbed. He's my snub. If you think anybody, do you have any game that you feel has been snubbed from this award show?
no, I think honestly it's a pretty good list. Honestly, it shows me that maybe this year wasn't that good for gaming because I don't really see anything that's like too exciting. I wish Cyberpunk was on this list. I wish we got Cyberpunk early and to see how it would um go against these
Excellent.
games because a lot of these games is a lot of Ghosts, a lot of Final Fantasy, a lot of it's like the same games kind of in the same category. And I wish Cyberpunk was there just to like split this up. I don't think Animal Crossing deserves to be on a lot of these lists, but I feel like they had to put something for
Mike is gonna
Nintendo.
come at you once he hears this. He's gonna
No,
tell
I just feel
you.
like honestly, like Animal Crossing is here, but it's like, where's Nintendo at? Honestly, where's Nintendo at in any of these categories? It's a lot of PlayStation and Xbox, and other than Animal Crossing, there's no
It
Nintendo
should have been
games.
a remaster category so we could talk about All Stars. Even though, well, no, All Stars was not a mass remaster. It was just
That's
a
what I'm saying. Like, where's Nintendo at this year? There's no Nintendo games on this list.
well, Hyrule Warriors is too late for it to be added to the damn list.
It's a lot of PlayStation and Xbox, and if there's anybody out there who's only playing Nintendo games, what the fuck are you doing? Buy an Xbox or buy a PS5 because you're missing out on games.
Yeah, yeah. That's it, man. But people, man, thanks again for listening. This is just our thoughts on the Game Awards and nominations and stuff. Of course, the Gamers Network Video Game Awards show is going to be different. It's going to include every single game that came out this year because 2020 awards deserve to go for every game that fucking came out in 2020. Um, Please follow us again. Instagram, Gamers Network _network, Twitch, Gamers _network /twitch.tv, Facebook, Gamers Network page. And enter that contest for the Super Mario Game and Watch It. Send us a picture of you subscribe to our YouTube page and put it in the thread we're gonna make, and you will be automatically subscribed, and we will be raffling off the Game and Watch probably a week from now, if not two. So we'll definitely let you all know. Once again, enjoy your games, enjoy your drinks. Peace out.